getting back to the basics, let me show you this love. We getting back to the basics so you see that it's love. We getting back to the basics, let me show you this love. We getting back to the basics so you see that it's love. If you got time, we can work it out. This is spiritual growth, we can work it out. You are mine, I am yours, we can work it out. Together we're a force, we can work it out.
Love y'all. Let's talk about the intro. Let's talk about the myth of perfect love. There's a myth that a lot of us grew up. There's a myth that a lot of us grew up believing. That was that we should find someone that we will love, that will never disappoint us. They are absolutely perfect. We don't get into arguments. We don't have any issues. We agree on all topics. And love comes easy. You should be able to love this person unconditionally at all times, and we should never have any type of problem with them. We grew up believing that there should be, like, this person should just be perfect. So when you find a mate, when you find a partner, they have to be perfect, embody everything that you like, and no problems at all. But the thing about it is, man, real love ain't perfect. It's built on acceptance. It's built on being able to learn how to connect with one another, their willingness to sacrifice, having the ability to be able to be patient, be kind and understanding, and extend grace time after time again, and continue to build towards something better for one another. We just confuse the two. We confuse perfection and acceptance with one another. And what that often does is creates this fantasy. And we fall in love with the fantasy of the individual and not the individual themselves, which leads towards danger. And also this perfectionism that we lead towards is something called idealization. And I want to start talking about what is idealization versus acceptance. All right, let's get into it. So what is idealization? That's when we see someone as perfect, they have no flaws, no issue at all. Oftentimes, this is the early stages of a relationship. You know, that puppy love stage where y'all talking on the phone all night, telling each other secrets. We're always laughing and we're just having great conversation. There's no issues at all. Like, it seems like this person is absolutely perfect. It's the part where, you know, this person completes me. Everything that we do, everything that we kind of work towards, man. This person is just absolutely amazing. But when you say that they complete me, what does that really mean? It often comes from a space of fear. Fear of being alone, a fear of being rejected, a fear of seeing the reality within oneself. And what we do is we pour that into our partner instead of facing the mirror about the things that we may struggle with in life. And this creates a dangerous cycle. Because when we look at somebody and put them on this pedestal of being perfect, it heightens the level of criticism that they are met with when they fail. And keyword, I said when, because at some point in time, we're going to fail one another in one way or another. And it doesn't have to look the same. But when we begin to pour into that person our fears and we begin to say, okay, this person could never be this, this person could never do this, they would never do that, and they will always take care of me, always love me like they said they would. And when they're met, or when that time is met where disappointment arises, we then begin to criticize them. And it starts to reinforce that belief or those fears that we had within ourselves. And this cycle begins to happen. And That's a space of our fantasy and our world that we're viewing one another is now cracked, and now we begin to question our whole identity as an individual based upon this standard that we set in our partner. Acceptance. What does acceptance look like? Acceptance says that I see you and I love you for you. I care for you as the individual, not what the potential that I see in you, not all the good stuff and the way that you make me feel happy and you make me feel seen and all of this and you complete me. I look past that and I start to look at you as the individual. This does not mean that you're settling. What it does mean is that you're choosing to love with your eyes open. You're choosing to actually show appreciation to that individual. You choose to be able to pay attention to the things that they do and show that you love them and that you value them for what they bring to the relationship and within their own authenticity. That's what those things do. One thing acceptance is grounded in is self-awareness. It means, I stop trying and I stop trying to fix you in this type of way. I stop trying to make you into this space and I accept you for who you are as an individual. That's very important in relationships. And when we begin to accept our partner in this space, this is where love begins. This is where you truly begin to build with your partner and you're able to feel that love and connection with one another. It's very important to be able to recognize that true love starts when all of this fantasy stuff fades away and we're actually being able to connect with one another. It's a whole lot easier. It's having the ability to see your partner's flaws and their issues and the things that they're going through and the things that they're struggling with and truly recognizing that they are human. Recognizing that in spite of the things that you struggle with, I still see your heart and that's what I like. That's what I love. That's what I appreciate. And I appreciate the fight that you're trying to do within your own life to be better. And these are the things that I want to rally around. These are the things that I want to support and continue our relationship building. And this is where something that I kind of, I walk around with my wife and I, This is the acceptance space of love becoming a choice and not just a feeling. When love is a feeling, it can fluctuate at any point in time based upon the environment, based upon what I'm feeling, the individual who's feeling the love, based upon so many different factors. But when we choose to love one another, when we choose to love every day, we are making a conscious effort. We are being intentional and we are putting in the work to ensure that we continue to love one another the way that we should. I saw a video of a father talking to his son and, he asked him, if you had to choose between saving your mother and saving me as your child, which one would you do? And he was just like, man, that's easy. I will save you. You're my child. But then he asked before, like, who do you love more? Do you love your mother or you love me? He was like, I love your mother first. Your mother comes first in my life. And there was confusion there. But as he began to talk, this is the same concepts that we talked, I've talked about with my wife. It's just like, I choose to love your mother every single day. You're my child. I'm going to love you regardless. There's going to be a level of unconditional love that's going to happen because you came out of me or you came out of you came out of me. But, you were birthed from your mother and I. But the love that I choose to wake up every morning, serve this woman, love on this woman, care for this woman, this is a choice that I decide to do every single day, that I decide to commit to every single day because I am doing life with her. And I want to continue to do life with her for as long as I live. while our children, they're going to get up one day and they're going to leave. They're going to move forward with life. I'm choosing to stay with this person. And that's when true love begins to develop and grow. And this space of choosing love is another stage of a relationship. So there's three main ways, or there's three main stages that a relationship go through. It goes through that idealization part of it. And then it goes to something called a disillusionment. And then we get into that acceptance. The part about choosing to love someone is the disillusionment portion of the relationship. So what is that? That is around, most people talk about it's like that plateau stage of a relationship where we're out of that idealization portion of it, where we're just super, super heads over heel, honeymoon stage, as some folks will say, where we just can't see any flaw with one another. Then there's a plateau stage. And a lot of times people, especially based upon their lived experience, based upon their traumas and their limited understanding of what true love is and what love looks like, a lot of people tap out during that moment because they feel like, oh, the spark is gone. And all of these different things are not as strong as it used to be. And they go through this plateau stage where we begin to choose one another and figure out what that looks like. And sometimes there's a struggle. Plateau stage is where we really begin to learn our partner even more, their ins and outs. They've taken off the veil, they've taken off the face, and now they're showing themselves. The more time you spend with one another, the more you begin to really truly understand them. And it's during that plateau stage, that disillusionment stage, that you begin to have those deeper conversations, connect with your partner even more, be able to go through the ebbs and flows and learn that this is what life looks like. This is what a relationship looks like. And then that's when we can, move over into that acceptance space. So as we wrap this thing up, man, I want you to ask yourself, man, are you truly loving someone for who they are? Or are you more so focused on the idea of them? It isn't about the idea of an individual. Real love isn't perfect, but what it is partnership. What it is connecting and taking those steps to really connect, to be there for one another. And as we wrap this conversation up, I really want you to focus on the space of learning to accept your partner for who they are, learning to love them and choosing to love them, and recognizing that love is not a fantasy and perfectionism isn't a realistic opportunity. I got one more thing, man. If you have a question out there, I want to hear from you all. We're going to do a letter. Write a letter to my Big Black Therapist, man. Come tap in with me. If you have a question regarding relationships, whether it be platonic, romantic, I want to hear from you. Follow the QLC Network. You can check out my page. Go to my Instagram page at my Big Black Therapist. I have a Back to the Basics profile on there under my links. And you can write in a question. And at the end of certain segments, I may go live or I may do some videos recording and answering those questions. So I'm definitely looking forward to hearing from you. I want to hear your questions about relationships, romance, partnership, friendships, all of those different things. All right? Peace.
We can work it out. This is spiritual growth. We can work it out. You are mine, I am yours. We can work it out. Together we're a force. We can work it out. Bring it back. We're getting back to the basics. Let me show you this love.